Thank you very much. For those of you on GoTV, I would recommend watching the Fridge Magnet King himself, Simple. He's going to be having a look towards the fountain to see if anybody is going to show their face. He's taken the silencer off of his weapon.
Nice. I love doing that. It sounds so good. It sounds so good. We'll see if he can make anything happen with that. Now, it's a slow one here from DreamEaters. They're creeping their way through the fountain. Obviously, that was checked previously. Navi's pacing in that sense is, for information, is a little bit faster than DreamEaters is moving, but now they start to move quickly. They want to burst into this A-bomb site. There are 3 players here to quickly respond. Simple one of those, and he'll be tapping away with that USP. Non-silenced. Not really finding anything with it just yet, though, but Zeus certainly will. And looking like a pretty decent defense. Simple will get taken out. The bomb is on the ground now as DreamEaters try to buy their way forwards, but it is looking rather difficult. Now just down to Kinky. Can he get anything? No, absolutely not. So DreamEaters try to burst with no warning onto the A site, but they can't gain the ground they need.
Good start for Navi on their pistol round. I had an interview with Desherto some weeks ago where they completely misquoted me and made a thumbnail quoting me as saying Simple is not the best, but actually what I was saying was, in terms of GoTV picks, I always pick Zipex because I think he is the best person for people to learn from by watching his demos, and I said that Simple is a player you cannot necessarily emulate because of the level of skill he has. Yeah, so I won't bother doing anything with them again or anytime soon. But Simple is very likely to be the best player in the world. And maybe we'll see some of that in this game of Overpass. Zeus will be in with the MP9. Sometimes it's an MP9, sometimes it's an auto shotgun for teams who have players in this position on the second round. Zeus fancying the MP9. We'll see what he chooses to do. He's got some timing. See how he's not just looking down the other end all the time. He's playing to the strengths of his weapon. Speaking of which, the HE might help. He doesn't know, though, the situation towards short. Crab just caught crab walking, and here comes the sandwich. That is the worst case scenario when you're inside. The door is open. They're pushing short B as well. Not much you can do in that situation.
Okay, so pretty simple start so far. Easy 2-0. Looking really clean. And DreamEaters going for that full buy. Well, I say full buy. Of course, I'll be spending everything, but it's not going to feature 5 AKs. It's not going to feature an AWP or even the full utility. But hopefully, it will feature some frags as far as DreamEaters are concerned. And they will be up against the MP9s and the FAMAS. So Navi realizing that a buy will be out in this round, they should try to activate those MP9s in a way that gets them, or levels them out against the AKs in the sense that obviously you don't want to be fighting the AKs where the AKs are strong and the MP9s are weak, so looking for those closer engagements. The MP9s are really good at defending or helping to defend these fast pushes on bomb sites, which it looks like might happen here from DreamEaters. The close ranges, you got a really fast movement speed with the MP9. Pretty damn good run or accuracy on the spray when you're running.
Watch out for that train, bros. The grenades will go in before the train. Telegraphing what they're doing because they're doing it from so far away, so the CTs can post up and just wait for them to make their way in. You can see them behind the smoke grenade. Flamey, though, unable to get anything out of it. You thought maybe the CTs would get some more, but not quite, despite the telegraph positions. DreamEaters are on the side. The bomb's going to get planted. The HE could have done some more. Simple looking for another engagement. Forrester down to 2 HP. Does it continue to ring the bell through the wood on the bomb site? There's a pop flash for his teammate. That won't be heard, I don't think. Beautiful stuff from Electronic. There's a smoke grenade as well for these choke points, and both the DreamEaters players are outside the site, so they're going to go for the bomb instead of the choke point itself. The rifles pulled out. Can Simple trade? He can't this time. Scat looking sharp in the third round.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Very important 2 kills there. He looked like Simple was ready for that one when he swapped over to the AK, and that will be a wipeout. But let's not forget, Navi, they kept a lot of the SMGs there, so they're going to be able to have enough to offer up a buy in this round, and they're going to want to do so. DreamEaters did go down to only a couple of players. Their economy's pretty weak, and that's a really nice spray transfer, finding the headshot fairly quickly on the second player. Simple is Sviat. So the start that DreamEaters need, but they still have a little ways to go. You want to win this round, convert on this one where Na'Vi are weak, finish them off in the following round where they're on eco, and then you got to start. Then you got some money to play with. Then you can really start to work them. So that's the objective to DreamEaters, finding their way to that position. But there's only 4 grenades left on Na'Vi at this point. So if DreamEaters play slowly, they should be able to exhaust the vast majority of the Na'Vi utility, which will allow an easier take on the bomb sites. But to mitigate this, Na'Vi are playing a forward 3-man setup towards the bathrooms. That's their gamble.
Where Forrest is positioned, you can Molotov the high and low ground in that area from over the wall. I always think that somebody from barrels should throw a flashbang and then throw the Molotov, so they're just standing in there not knowing what's going on. Never happens though. There's a trade from Sviat towards the long position, but you can see there's a bait set up from the CTs. Electronic hasn't activated just yet. He's got some sound cues as well. In the meantime, Crad looking for the gimmicks around the tunnel entrance. His teammate will get taken out. He's not showing anything just yet. He is carrying the bomb as well. So we've got Crad towards B and Sviat on A long. He needs to make a play. Electronic's only now activating, and they'll see that no one else is there. So there will be no rotation from Na'Vi. And there's all the information they need. Flamey can't cover. Beautiful spray from Crad.
That is a fantastic in this round, getting information, getting kills. And this looks almost hopeless, but Crad's so ready for these shots. Now in the 1 versus 2, Zeus and Electronic swinging in. Got to predict exactly where Crad is going, what his play is going to be. He's going to go how far? Okay, he's going to go very deep here. He's going to hear that. Oh, okay, he's heard the drop of Zeus, and he's going to hear him running up the stairs. He hears that metallic sound. This could be the way that Crad completes his clutch. It's perfect so far. They have no idea where he is. As he comes in from the back, he's got to find both players. Execute Zeus. 1 more to go as he hits up the reload. Flashbang out. Electronic hasn't got time at this point. Crad, I think he's done enough. Tries to find the spray to finish off Electronic. But what a beautiful clutch from Crad. From start to finish, laser focus, and he executes it perfectly.
That was looking like a really ropey round for DreamEaters. Electronic was really patient in the long toilets. If he had peeked earlier and picked the player off, then who knows what they could have done with the information. But indeed, there was a gap towards that monster position, and DreamEaters took that. They exploited that. We saw yesterday on Dust 2 that they're able to pull things out of the hat when they're in a bad situation. And they're in a good situation thanks to that play from Crad. Na'Vi don't have all the money in the world. Electronic's got his AK-47, but the average on the team is about $2,000. And it seems they're going to go for a force buy.
I have to say very quickly about that clutch from Crad. He looked, the fact that he took these shots instantly was so impressive, because sometimes you can kind of slow play yourself and think, okay, if I wait a little bit, but he just reacted. Like this shot here, just boom, just waited for the perfect moment. It was, or like he was always thinking about killing Zeus there. That is the kind of performance that they are going to repeatedly need. We repeatedly need to see if DreamEaters will win this series, James. So that is a very, very good sign.
Na'Vi on pistols, feeling confident versus a much lower ranked team who continues to upset. I do wonder how far they will shoot up in terms of the rankings after this event.
Yeah. Absolutely, yeah, that's a very good point. They have had such a run through the minors and into this stage.
Rank 19 at the moment, DreamEaters. DreamEaters, Gatekeepers, maybe more than that. Bomb's going to be collected and moves away from the B bomb site where 2 players will show presence at the short B position. That might make Na'Vi a little nervous. See some movement from Electronic. A pop flash for his teammates. Beautiful angle with that pop flash. And there's some much needed information. We've got a fast rotation towards the A bomb site, but the bomb is in no position to capitalize on that frag from Sviat at all. There is a trade, and they can't do too much. Breumich swinging wide. Left Crad on 23 HP. Simple's creeping. He's playing the long game, but his hand is forced. He's got an AK now as well. And a man advantage. Make it 2. Easy spray down for Simple. And now Sviat with an AWP. Simple will take that very happily. Na'Vi are back.
Yeah, you can see the sense of urgency from DreamEaters. After they lose a man towards B, they're like, all right, we've got a forward player with a Mag 10 towards A. let's accelerate the situation. Just run straight into the A side. Try to gain some ground. I think that first engagement with the MAC-10 took a little bit too long. And Simple, whenever he's in a position like this, you just know he's going to just finish the clutch. Yeah, beautiful stuff from him. Really clean. And he's going to be fired up, looking for a good performance today after the previous overpass. And that's perhaps one of the reasons why maybe Na'Vi picked overpass or played for overpass in the veto, is to kind of reset the map in their minds after having what maybe they considered was a bad result for them in terms of performance. This could be, the ginger, James. It could cleanse the palates as far as overpass is concerned.
Somewhere on YouTube, there's a tour of Simple's house, and he's a big fan of fridge magnets, which is why I call him the Fridge Magnet King. So if you're a fan and you're coming to the event and you're going to a team signing, bring a fridge magnet for Simple. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. Tickets still available, major.starladder.com. They are running low, though. So if you're going to make your way over, book your tickets. 1 minute on the clock for DreamEaters with this very mixed bag force buy. Deagle's AK's the scout. Crad teased but punished by Simple. 45 seconds on the clock. The remainder of DreamEaters towards the monster position. I don't believe Na'Vi will make the same mistake twice. Zeus is in a good position to flash, but he doesn't have a flash. Now he could be in a good flank. Oh, never mind that. The HE grenade is going to be glorious, purifying the monster tunnel. However, there's still time for some evil. Flamey taken out. Boomich has a lot to do with this 20 seconds.
Yeah, he's looked good so far. And indeed, as you say, time is not favourable here for DreamEaters, and they're struggling with that long-range MP9, finding lots of damage. Sviat even helping him, taking down Forrester, but a 3-player survival for Na'Vi in that round is going to have their economy growing and growing as DreamEaters are struggling. And one of the things we saw from that clutch from Crad is that the clutches are great, but you do need to have some consistency in terms of getting advantages through your general T-side approach. Right now, Na'Vi seem to be fairly comfortable in just kind of playing passively. We haven't even really seen anything that aggressive from them beyond a pop flash here or there. We haven't seen them routinely taking deep positions, challenging hardcore and pushing connector or doing this. But obviously they're against pistols right now, and I'm sort of talking about buy rounds.
Yeah, I think in terms of strategical depth, DreamEaters is going to have some shortcomings when it comes down to even best practices towards these half buys. Got some highlights there from Simple. WP to be rescued. Electronic only losing an MP9 for that, so best man for the job. 5-2 for Na'Vi. A comfortable, deliberate start. There was no hiccup, but they've got 3 rounds in a row now. However, it is buy time for DreamEaters. They've got about 4,400 per person, so they could have more, but it will do. A timeout for DreamEaters as they discuss the way forward. Again, Na'Vi having lost to an unlikely comeback from G2, it must be said. I think Lucky was 0-10 for a while in that game, so the turnaround from G2 was very impressive. But I don't think Na'Vi will be too upset today about that. Although, Simple did have that tweet, time to destroy. Well, it's not too late yet.
I feel like the approach from Na'Vi so far has been very measured, sort of what you would expect a team that's a massive favourite, the way in which they would play a map. When you take the aggressions, obviously it's a good map for it overpass, but it's good to just see how well your fundamentals do when you're just playing passively and seeing if maybe the other team just runs their defaults inefficiently. If you can get the advantages without taking risks, or that many risks, or have less risks in your play, and still win rounds, then just keep doing that. That's going to be the way forward. So DreamEaters, they need to mix things up. They're going to walk most players towards bathrooms here. And interestingly, Na'Vi have actually invested more towards the B bomb side, just as I say that they've been playing quite standard so far. They will be rotating Simple back around towards A, but the timing of DreamEaters is quite quick towards A. They've walked almost all the way, and look at that. Simple is not ready for the timing whatsoever. There is a player very deep on A long, which perhaps DreamEaters might realize. They've cleared towards the bathroom, so they should suspect that there's got to be somebody around there. They are going to be trying to clear it, but Electronic, I think, has just evaded that.
Just missed the information towards long. Bomb being planted. Speedak is trying to cut off rotation. I don't know if his scope will be heard from that position. You can see Speedak's got a simple flick, but maybe a double peek actually. Image is moving into position as well. This is a very long rotation from Na'Vi. It's almost a role swap with the T's and CTs changing halves essentially. Oh, he has to get that one, Flamey, surely. Speedak's in a very strong position now. 4 versus 2 for DreamEaters. Zeus and Electronic, their hands may be tied at this point. Speedak's been blown to pieces, but might be a question of damage now. It's too late to try and get a ninja defuse, so Zeus needs to move away before he dies to the bomb. Off he goes. Some late kills. However, that's a nice round for DreamEaters. They keep finding the gaps.
Yeah, that is very true. Like, that's very unfortunate for Na'Vi. Playing a setup like that against any conventional default is going to be very low risk, but because DreamEaters, as you say, you know, this is the round in which they pick just like a walk all the way up bathrooms, and obviously, you know, you do that as far as you can get away with it. But once you get as deep as they did, they're thinking, "Oh my God, we've actually nailed this." Really nice shot from Kinky, though. You can't expect, I think, such a lethal shot. Simple did not know what hit him. However, here is the time to stabilize. Simple playing towards that fountain, as you do with the AWP, to fall back as well afterwards.
It's so weird that Sviat has a Mac 10 here, because 2 of his teammates have got 1 kill each. He's leading the charge 8 for 7 at the moment. But that doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to perform with the AKs in this situation. And it depends on their roles in the round, of course. And his one is Ruthless Aggression, it seems. 4 of the players have helmets, however, so his job won't be easy. There's a Molotov to stop rotations one way or another. You can see Nitro throwing that one for Team Liquid sometimes as well.
Pretty telegraph fake, it seems, from DreamEaters, even shutting the door. And Simple's looking ready, hits the shot onto Kinky, doesn't get the fatal connection though. Nichols the execution onto that. A bomb side, and it's looking pretty good. Sviat, once again, that Mac 10 really worth its weight in gold here. Sviat leading by example. Na'Vi well and truly shut out of this bomb site. So whether or not this was a telegraph fake or not, they've gotten the result that they wanted, which is a 4v3 after plant.
Yeah, what's strange about DreamEaters is that some of their plays are quite unorthodox compared to what you're used to seeing, which might be throwing people off. So the molly you saw for the rotation, I suppose, would normally be part of an execute where you're having people moving into the site, and maybe your guy is holding the short B position or rotating in a little later is putting that molly in. But Sviat is he's the problem. They need to take care of Sviat, because he is wrecking continuously.
Yeah, when your IGL is getting all the frags, it's never a bad spot to be in. Well, actually, maybe it is.
As long as someone, I mean, lead by example, why not?
I mean,
it gives you more room to shout at your teammates.
If some of your star players are more emotional, perhaps that it can be a bad sign if they don't get activated at some point. But I mean, this was just one of those rounds. This, you know, the Mac 10.
Jesus.
The Mac 10 is the gun for the job.
Yeah, I can understand that. He's like, what the hell? I think he's just triggered.
I also wonder if, for example, that round, because it looks so telegraphed, that fake, is that, you know, is that supposed to call into question it's a double fake, or am I overthinking it? It's hard to say.
That's so funny, man. He just got drive-by by a Mac 10. He's like, this is random. He feels like he's just been completely randomed out, but they've still got to buy around it, which is key. But I mean, it's just such a bizarre situation. 2 of the players have got two frags between them. However, somehow it's still 4-5.
The interesting thing too is that DreamEaters haven't been winning rounds with defaults either. They've been, you know, we had that walkthrough A, we had that kind of fake onto the onto the A sides for the plan, but we haven't seen success from default. So it's hard to say where the consistency is just yet for DreamEaters. Simple could be a huge issue here with Electronic. This is such a deadly setup. We'll see if he can make it work. Flashbang out. He waits for the timing, takes the flash, and actually DreamEaters with the utility force him back, done some damage as well as they fall back.
I think Simple may have been shot through the wall there.
Yeah, I think so too.
But the key thing for DreamEaters is that Na'Vi don't have position towards short B. They haven't gone for any kind of information play that I've noticed. You can see their passive position. So Na'Vi are playing without information. They've been pushed back towards the A site. There are smokes around the choke points at the moment. So DreamEaters could go A or B. And Na'Vi, they might have a read that it's likely to be A, but they really don't know for sure at the moment. Everything's gone quiet. And there are smokes going towards the balcony of the B bomb site, which is causing Zeus to wonder about rotating, but now the smoke's going on A as well, so what do they do?
Well, DreamEaters deciding to encroach and more flashbangs, denying Simple the peaks that he wants. He's going to be forced to hit some close range shots, but that's what he does best, and the time is really a huge issue. Floricel will spin around to take down Electronic, but too much damage has been done, and now Sviat needs to get something out of this. Needs some more headshots. A couple of seconds to go, and Simple will eliminate him. So a couple frags at the very least, but DreamEaters definitely with more to be desired there. I think if they had a bit more time, perhaps they could have played that a bit more calm, but the hand was forced, and that'll be 6-4 now for Na'Vi.
They pushed the CTs away. They denied the information. They had the flashbangs. But maybe they were too far behind the flashes, because you can see Simple just doing simple things on the A bomb site. 6-4. The score is still close despite all of this. DreamEaters have a lot of utility. You can see Crad has gone for the UMP so he can get full grenades, and we've got the gimmicks. Some of you will enjoy this. But again, if you get a frag from this position,
oh my God,
it won't make a connection. But I do wonder if, when you hear that shot fired, what is the response from the CTs? You know where 4 of the 5 players are immediately. So sometimes you see teams take forward positions, but in a best one at major, perhaps people will be more risk averse on the CT side.
Yeah, I don't think Na'Vi didn't have anybody in a forward position to begin with, so I think they didn't have any free positions to take.
I feel like even the short B position, if you look at every round where that strat is executed and where the 5th player is, I don't know if anybody's ever like towards the short B area, for example. So maybe you could just run over there. Anyway, 50 seconds left. DreamEaters making inroads towards long. Crad had a look. I don't know if he saw anything, but he's waiting for a peek, so perhaps he did. Oh
my God.
Electronic walks straight into it. Crad makes it happen with the UMP.
I think Electronic was with you there, James. I think Electronic thought that he had not been spotted, but it looked like he had been, and that was his downfall.
There's still time on the side of Na'Vi. They don't have many grenades, however. Simple's got the only smoke grenade on the A bomb site, but the bomb's heading towards B in the meantime. Crad looking to rotate. Could have been a bunch for Flamey. He's got the information, but he needs to get that rotation on. Is there time for Crad to even activate? He's flanking. He's taking out Zeus on the A bomb site. The bomb has started B. Boomage has the angle. Just one, though. Does Simple go for the shot for us to jump up to get slam dunks by Simple? Can he find Spiak down to the 9? 3 seconds hiding in the smoke. You'll die in smoke. DreamEaters win in the dying seconds of the round.
It looks ridiculous, but going in there with the knife is actually the best way to stop the plant. And obviously, though, that was not to be. Very nicely done. DreamEaters picking up more rounds here, and you know, Electronic is 1v1 there. I don't think that was really all that impactful that Electronic dies there, because ultimately the round was still, like, pretty much everyone on Na'Vi was on B. The push came into the B bomb side. I think really it's that moment where Flamey doesn't get more than 1 kill. That lineup looked like he was going to get 3. I was ready for 3 kills from Flamey there, but he was only able to get 1. DreamEaters have been responding really fast when those pop flash plays come in. They've been able to shut down the trade frags really quickly. So that's been one of the things that's really helped them out here against Na'Vi, and they are making this look really competitive. They've got 5 rounds, and they're threatening tying up the score here up against just pistols, and they're going for that classic anti-eco play. Everybody pretty much up the long position. Na'Vi playing everyone on A more or less, though, so Na'Vi are going to give them a fight, that's for sure.
Spiak having a look. You can often find people jump peeking behind the APC, the armored personnel character, for those of you. Carrier, not character. Armored personnel carrier. For those of you unfamiliar, that big van, basically, with Optimus on the other side. Flaming close with the Deagle. He's got an advantage. He's good for 1. He's blind for 2, though. DreamEaters will be able to take the site, it seems. They've got a funky setup in front of it, but that will be dealt with quite swiftly, quite handedly. Only 1 player lost. We'll see what Zeus is able to do with the Honey Badger Deagle. Picks up some Kevlar as well, so we could consider saving it. Maybe he'll consider doing some damage / stealing a weapon. Kinky with a little jiggle. Surely his use of walked in. There we go. Never saw it coming. DreamEaters keeping the score close. This has to be worrisome.
Yeah.
I think DreamEaters are a lot of people 0-3, and in best of ones,
Again.
you just don't know. They keep surprising. It's just like, when is it going to end? Is the question.
Yeah, it's pretty interesting. And that's the thing. Like, again, the rounds that they have been winning, a lot of them aren't based off of defaults, and that's where most teams find their consistency. And so it's difficult to play against teams like that.
Look at this buy from Na'Vi. This is all over the place. Mag 7 out's never a good look. It's not original cobblestone. 4 players towards the B bomb side as a pop flash play to take the short B position. Because he's using connector with the Mag 7. One of the T's will have to keep an eye on that, keep things honest. Boomich avoids the flashbang, and he'll avoid a response from the T side as well, apart from a spray through the wall. He's going to stay, he's going to hold his position. He saw Forest died, he's going to punish him. That's beautiful stuff from Boomich. That's exactly what they need, considering their shortcomings, the Mag 7 and so on, the lack of grenades. That's a fantastic play from him.
Yeah, he's been doing good work, and you can see that the expectation was that he would fall back. That's what the HE was there to deliver, and he has like 8 HP, and he's pushing that. What a mind game that Boomich is playing, and DreamEaters committing in towards the B bomb side now. Speedak has to make this work. He's got to get something out of this. Boomich has 8 HP by the barrels. He's extremely expendable at this point.
Na'Vi have got all the info. Look at the radar. Electronics in T spawn. The ramp is here. They make the forward plays. Youth will get taken out in the connector position. Boomich will finally fall, but maybe he's done enough. Simple by the pillar. Flamey to support him. 35 seconds on the clock, and Cloud's alone. He's going to run straight into the hands of Electronic from the back. Great play from Na'Vi, showing their strength in difficult times. But the thinking of Boomich is absolutely beautiful. Theoretically, he's forced to fall back after that first kill and being sprayed, which is why he goes forward, catches a play with grenades, and does so much for his team.
Indeed, it was a nice, very nice one. It's so funny when you watch Simple's POV, you always expect, like, he looks like, I mean, he's the most dangerous man in Counter-Strike, so I guess it's not unreasonable to expect carnage, but DreamEaters on the pistols now, and saving for that next round, keeping some in the bank for a rainy day. Electronic with a forward position here, and quick pop flash there through. Simple ready for it though. The flash goes beyond his position. So not much happening in favor of DreamEaters here. They really want to get a couple kills, at least one, just to keep the economy more honest of Na'Vi. You can see Na'Vi, they've got almost nothing in the bank. There's not much you can do about this position. Boomich knows he needs to absolutely own this one. Line up for him, finishes it off. Lovely start from Boomich.
Trigger discipline. Goes a long way in Counter-Strike. Last round of the first half. DreamEaters with 6 on the board. You do wonder, well, I guess you'd expect the T side might be more difficult, but it's hard to tell actually. If you look at the way Astralis were playing against them and taking liberties on Astralis' CT side, then who the hell knows what will be more difficult. But 6 rounds on the board is, you got to be happy with that versus a team the strength of Na'Vi. Gives them options in the second half, but can they get another one? That's a good start. Flamey getting aggressive, getting taken out pretty handedly in the connector by DreamEaters. Now Simple has some cover. He's got Electronic by playground, so he can stand here for as long as he wants. I'll take one shot and fall back. Now Speedak could be taken off guard, trying to trade the kill, but Simple will just deal with that. And now the trajectory of the grade will be seen by Electronic, and this round is about to fall to pieces for DreamEaters. Yeah,
the dynamic between Electronic and Sviat is really interesting, because Sviat is backing towards Electronic, who he doesn't check in time, he doesn't realize. So that's surely the round the bomb is lost in Electronic's hands. And this is not good. It's the last round, of course, and Kinky and Forrester, it's going to waste, if nothing else, Electronics wasted a huge degree of time, even if he dies. By the time they get that bomb, there's going to be, what, like 30 seconds left or something like that. So Electronics pretty much won the round here, and he's going to even make it worse for them, not even giving them a chance. Beautiful finish from Electronic. And that will be a 9-6 first half. Na'Vi with some difficulties against the DreamEaters, but they stabilize and they move into the next half with a good scoreline. But can the DreamEaters keep surprising us? We're going to find out in the second half after the break.
Welcome back. So before the break, I asked if the CT side would be easier for DreamEaters. It's a question which is unique to them, in the sense that, again, going back to the miners, they were hyper aggressive on their CT sides, way over aggressive. But they toned it down as soon as this segment started, to the shock of, I think, many teams with the scalps that they took. Now, how will they go against Na'Vi? I think they are one of the more exploitable teams at this part of the this point in the major. This is a running. Is this the running one that goes to the balcony? There's one that get right throws from around here, which is a running grenade. But there are some which are jump throws. Wait, guys, there's a train. Okay, there's the running one, and there's a big entry from Boomich. Make it two. Kinky's in trouble. The flash, he peeked too early, ate the flash as well, and he's gonna get smoked. 3 opening kills on the B bomb site for Na'Vi, and well, 4 and 5 really. Okay, well that's quite a brief game around a Counter-Strike for Na'Vi. That's a devastating way to open the second half and make it to double figures.
Smokes like a kipper. Yes, looking quite good, isn't it, for them? Although...
Oh, beautiful stuff. Note that he jumped, as soon as he saw the players, he jumped on the barrel to avoid getting headshot, but because it's a tight space, he lands again immediately. Something RPK was known for in Source, coming out of places and just bouncing off low ceilings.
Oh, look at the respect from DreamEaters. Just full save here, not spending a single penny. Oh, they've got a little stack going on in the water position. Now, I mean, with a buy like this, or well, a lack of a buy, getting even 1 kill is reasonable. You know, that's an okay outcome. Let's see if that's the case for them. They will have... Oh, Zeus is alive, and he will remain alive. So it looks like that's going to be that. Sviat also has been spotted. Oh, there you go. Sviat actually gets a long-range kill, so they do get the kill after all. Just a 1 versus 1. The DreamEaters, of course, conceding that round, and it's going to be interesting now to see what they opt to go for, because typically one of the reasons why teams force buy is because having an AWP and having full utility on your first buy round can really help to allow you to generate momentum, and should you lose that round or save a couple guns, you have a loss bonus already that can allow you to get back into the action if the other team sustain damage. So in going for a buy like this, you can see the shortcomings. No AWP, no kit, lack of utility.
Kinky is quickly into the short B position, and that will help a hell of a lot. The early HE's being deployed towards the short B area, I think, from what I saw on the radar. So there are 2 flashes here for DreamEaters, and a bunch of smoke grenades. The gimmick position from Forrester could help a lot. It can have devastating results. DreamEaters playing close, looking to counter something. Oh, they've fallen back by this point. Door open, door closed, door opens. Got the fadeaway pop flash from Electronic, having a look. You're kind of exposed to the water peak and the barrels at the same time when you come up that short position. Flame me with the MP7. A lot of communication we can hear. 2 players with no helmet. Let's see how long this boost lasts. They're eating the flashbang large. See how it moves to the water. Kinky's around the smoke. Forrest is here as well. Na'Vi not overcommitting. Boomich is keeping an eye on what's going on elsewhere, but this push has to come in. The bomb is through the tunnel, and it seems they're going to wonder about it, but Zeus somehow holds his position, falling back now, Simple holding the angle. Very difficult game so far.
Yeah, so much damage exchange. Neither team really with any grenades at this point. 2 left on Na'Vi, and now just a flashbang, final smoke deployed. So given everything that's happened, the fact that it's a 4v4 and 15 seconds left is not bad for DreamEaters, although they've lost position on the A side, of course. So that's going to be difficult, and with just a smoke to try to retake this A site with is going to be also difficult, and Boomich makes it worse. Takes down Sviat, spots him. At least Boomich is low, but the bomb goes down on A in the nick of time. Electronic with the off angle of Doom. They know that Krat has too many ways to defend against that. And indeed, DreamEaters looking to go for a save now. They've simply lost too much, and well, they may be about to lose some more, because here comes Simple, and Kinky's not ready for it.
Sviat's in a lot of trouble. He's in a lot of trouble. Great presence of mind from Na'Vi, but that was such a tight situation. There were so many little things going on. Boomich moving up connector to see what's going on towards the A site. Meanwhile, Zeus is through Monster with a UMP. Simple's behind him with an AK. There seems to be a certain timing where Simple's turning around to fall back. Zeus wins the duel with a UMP versus the rifling player on the B bomb site. If he drops the bomb there, it's a very different round. So that was huge. DreamEaters, you can see their movement afterwards, seeing the bomb was in a vulnerable position, trying to consider what to do with it. But again, they didn't really have enough utility, pop flashes and so on. Zeus makes it out while Simple's holding the angle. So many things went right there for Na'Vi. And they moved to 12-6. They've broken the money of DreamEaters early. USPs, we've got some bits and bobs being purchased by the CT side. They're going to be getting maximum loss bonus following the conclusion of this round, unless something crazy happens. A HE grenade and a flashbang for Sviat. A 5-7 at Deagle, CZ. That is all there is to shout about here for DreamEaters.
Indeed, looking real good. And Flamey with the spray. The AK spray. Everybody hits the DECK. And the notorious words of Mr. B.I.G. And DreamEaters, James, I don't know, I feel like we're gonna sort of see the true outcome of this in the next round. When we see that AWP, that first fall by, obviously the way that Na'Vi...
Hold on.
They've actually lost the bomb here.
They've lost the bomb, they've lost 3 rifles, they presumably have no idea where Sviat is. He's just holding a flank for his teammates at the moment with the USP. So this has become extremely weird in what should be a non-round. Connector on anti-eco can be a problem.
Yeah.
Often is. You can see Boomich looking for a second player. There's some sound cues. Not all the damage in the world. Now, Forrester with 20 HP, maybe the worst is over. Oh, he was so close.
That first bullet is so close indeed. That's a yikes moment for Na'Vi, but a sobering moment as they win the round. 13-6. I'll just see those 3 kills from Flamey. Like, all right, this is over. But Forrester has a nice kill there because Simple's really not pleased with that. And right, so. We'll get the big buy coming in from DreamEaters now, and SpeedAC will pick up that AWP. Now, if you're in DreamEaters' shoes, you're a heavy underdog, and they're taking the tactical to really figure this out. You're a heavy underdog. You're going to have your first full buy, and this will you have to get back into the game right now. This round has to be a win. This has to be where the momentum starts. Do you play really aggressively? Do you try to really throw a wrench into the works immediately and try something that's a bit crazy, a bit high risk? Or do you want to play more conservatively and more standard? That's really, of course, it's really up to how they feel they play the best, I suppose, but I don't know if there's a right answer. SpeedAC only 2 kills so far in this game of Overpass, so he's not been having a good time. But he's the guy you look to on a CT side with an AWP. Yeah,
he was trying to get his back working on the T side to no avail. Kinky's going to take one in the face. That's great from Boomich. He's got 12 HP. He's alive. The CTs are dead. That's another duel lost, and this is all expected for DreamEaters. It could turn around quickly, though. We've got 2 players of the 4 remaining for Na'Vi now who are pretty low. Now, how brave are DreamEaters feeling towards that B bomb site? Zeus is lurking towards short B, but in that monster tunnel, they've somewhat retreated. Now, at some point, surely a risk has to be taken here by DreamEaters. They just have horrible positions. Although if SpeedAC can deliver a kill and fall back with AWP, then who knows?
This is on a knife's edge at this point. DreamEaters with 2 players on B, and SpeedAC's taking risks, moving towards connector now. So they realize what's going on. And SpeedAC, okay, Crad will open things up, taking down Boomich. SpeedAC in the back with the kill onto Electronic. He's hit the ground as Crad is spraying for days again. Crad is so dangerous. Now SpeedAC in the 1 versus 1. There is a lot of time for Zeus. He has to go back and get the bomb, but it is in a safe position, an unknown position now for SpeedAC. He's got to take some gambles. Where does SpeedAC go with his AWP? There's 30 seconds for Zeus. He could go anywhere.
If Zeus ran in this position, SpeedAC could hear him from inside connector. But Zeus has no idea where he is, so he's going to gamble walk. SpeedAC's making his way upstairs, so Zeus should be good for a bomb plant. But SpeedAC's going back. Oh, he's going to have the timing for a quick scope. Hello, goodbye. Perfect timing. I don't know how DreamEaters turned that one around.
Yeah, Crad. That's how they turned that one around.
2 players stuck in monster. SpeedAC flanking through connector with an AWP. It's got to be frustrating, but there's still a 6-round lead here for Na'Vi, so no need to get too hot about it. Some you win, some you lose.
Beautiful.
That's a huge frag.
I love what we saw from Speedak as well. He looked at the amount of time, and based on Zeus's rotation, Zeus couldn't really go through long, so if he was going to go anywhere towards A, he would have had to gone through Fountain, so he checked the timing where he could have been at Fountain, and then knows that he has to be going B. So really well read by Speedak, but the frags from Boomish pushing in beyond the smoke. It looks like he knows the setup with the smoke. And Boomish is creeping forwards. What are the presence Boomish has applied to this B-bomb site? Maybe he went too far though. Sviat will take him down. And it's a 4v4 as the resmoke comes in. Very conservative resmoke though from DreamEaters.
Zeus has used this distraction to go through the tunnel. He could play off of his teammate now. Another boost attempted, but this is looking brittle for DreamEaters. That smoke will go beyond Electronic's position. Will anybody be holding an angle? He's sure he hears the grenade. There's one! He's got the information for 2 more plays at least. His teammates can capitalize on that. Sviat falls back now with 1 bullet in the magazine. He's got to reload. 3 versus 2. Speedak creeping. There could be a boost over the wall. It's just creeping forward, but does Zeus have the angle looking the wrong way? He's got to catch him just in time. Now Speedak has to hold on to this AWP, but there's a free kill for Simple. 1 versus 2. How much does he want this round? Trying to find a rifle, but could only find a UMP. Smoke to create some space. He needs to avoid getting traded. Is he really going to creep through the corner of the smoke? He'll try it. Maybe not the best plan there, but they were in a bad situation, and it only gets worse.
I like, by the way, how Zeus has the classic, instead of mouse bungee of any description, just to duct tape the cable to the monitor. Don't know if it's because he forgot his bungee, but that is of course a method that's age old, and it works. So yeah, this is very back and forth here. So many plays around the smokes. Boomish really opening things up for Na'Vi. I've been enjoying Boomish's look. I actually got the pleasure of playing with him in one of the show matches. I think that's in his Quantum Bellator Fire days over at the Krakow Major. And he's a very, very communicative player, extremely communicative, which is what you really like to see. Very fun to play with. And Na'Vi will run that classic anti-eco as well. Though not quite as many players up A long, but Boomish leads the way. And he's going to lock... Oh, that's a missed smoke. Shouldn't be a problem though, but you can see some more space for the CTs because of that.
That's an opening frag. He's got good position now, hopping up, looking for more. 3. He'll risk going down, however. Forrester could pick up a rifle, indeed he will. Speedak has position, so there is a crossfire, but in the meantime the bomb seems to be heading towards the B bomb side, but it may take a while because Na'Vi don't quite know what's going on there. Now only 1 remains. Huge headshot for Forrester. They can race car towards B, get position, take post plants. What does he choose to do, Forrester? 1v3, no armor, no kit. Not much to gain by going for this, probably. Although, that is a beautiful headshot at least. A small highlight in a difficult game of overpass for DreamEaters. Just trying to hold on to the AK now. Na'Vi moved to 15, they moved to match point. I was going to wonder if they were soon going to have nightmares of the G2 match if DreamEaters strung a round or 2 together, but that doesn't look likely anymore. There's a little hunt by Na'Vi as they move away, but DreamEaters seem outclassed on overpass.
Yeah, it's such a different story when you play the CT sides compared to the T sides. T side, you get to take initiative, you get to move together, you get to trade together, usually against less numbers. But when you're on that CT side, it's such a different story. And experience is a really big deal, but it's really impressive that DreamEaters are able to show the performances that they have been so far. And we'll see exactly how far they can go here. I mean, it's not over just yet. We've got the AK saved by Forrester, Speedak with that AWP. So the buy is going to be looking good enough, but you can see the difference here. Speedak's not had a good game so far. Obviously, again, Simple, we've seen the majority of the rounds has been Na'Vi's on the CT side. And Simple was, activating himself effectively. 20 for 10 right now, and Speedak, it's time for him to come online. So what has he got to show us?
Kinky over the smoke. You better be careful. Speedak in the connector position. He's got 2 jobs to do, but he's got to smoke down in connector for the time being. That said, Flamey is lurking around it, and Speedak's forced to fall back. So now Kinky's in a very forward position with limited support. That's a beautiful flash, but he's got a perfect angle. Marvelous stuff. More discussion on that later. He's going to get wrecked, Kinky, by the Glock of Simple, of course. So where Simple's standing now, when the CTs throw a Molotov in this position and the Ts throw a smoke behind it, often they need a flashbang for that position you saw in case the CTs have moved forward and they're hiding by party. So someone like Simple would throw a flash for that kind of peak, but the angle was really good for the CTs.
Yeah, it was really fantastic indeed. Plenty of time to go here for Na'Vi, but they need to get their skates on in terms of getting some position. Simple with the lineup there towards the bathrooms with the smoke, which will allow Na'Vi to start pressuring. But there's a 2-man setup around here, and Speedak again, he's so critical. Oh my god, he got absolutely annihilated by that flashbang, and now there's no 2-man setup, it's just Fiat by himself. Fiat's showing some good stuff, but he's got no support, no one to flash for him, nothing like that. He's going to have to pick a timing, but they have to check for this. Of course they're going to check for it. Flamey nails him, and now it's down to Crad and Forrester. They absolutely have to go for the retake. They are very out of position. All they have is a flashbang to work with and each other. And for Na'Vi, they've got 4 players to deal with 2, so there's going to be nothing unchecked here as far as they're concerned.
No one seems... Simple was posting up for connector, but he's changed his position. Everyone's focusing... So I think that's looking at the back. I was confused for a second there. Simples gets taken out. His use has got to be on the angle and bang. Forrester's got to move forward quickly. Not enough time. And Crad comes in from long. Going to check eventually. Big headshot from him, and it's a comfortable 16-7 for Na'Vi on overpass.
Yeah, and I think it's one of those games as well, again, where the class, the experience, you know, it comes through in the end for Na'Vi despite any troubles initially on that first half. And you know, we talked about it a little bit. We touched on the fact that, you know, each half is so extremely different and is typically at the very top level very hard to play a good CT side against a top level team because they have so much to throw at you and in so many ways in which to do it. But we see the glimpses from DreamEaters. They are really impressive, and they're not done just yet.
Indeed, they are not. They've caused plenty of upsets so far, DreamEaters, and maybe they've got more in the tank. We'll have to wait and see. But indeed, that's Na'Vi getting off to, well, it wasn't quite on the right foot, but certainly that's a comfortable win, and that can give them some confidence. And indeed, I think it's fair to say that maybe they did finally destroy.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Simple, he had a good game. He's on that CT side, he got off to a very good start despite some of the struggles that they had. And I think it's going to be interesting to see. I mean, could you imagine if Na'Vi would have gone 0-2 today? That would have been very odd indeed. So I think it's really good that they avoid that. Obviously, DreamEaters get to see more from them. And as far as Na'Vi are concerned, what's interesting too is that I think we are yet to see them really get fired up. So I'm really looking forward to their next matches because we know that they can produce some of the very most exciting games of Counter-Strike.
Yeah, I'm sure they will level up as their opponents do. The DreamEaters, you know, we just don't know what to expect from them. So, but it's always interesting to watch their matches. So many surprises. There were some threatening rounds in that game of overpass from them as well. So maybe we will see more from them in the future. But absolutely, I think Na'Vi are going to be a favourite to go through. Obviously, good average of kills on the team, about 20 per person. Not too much to say really. It's just pretty solid game of overpass.
Well, with that said, it is now time for the interview with the winners. Now to you, Sue.